Hi, everyone. So, we are continuing our journey of the light within the shadows, of looking at this idea of light and dark, and how we have taken these ideas and made them into things like good and bad, and then called ourselves light workers or good people, or turn away from the shadow, look only at the light, and how that has actually been detrimental. How when we do that, we are actually running away from or turning away from an aspect of the divine. If it's all one, that means that the darkness is the divine just as much as the light. So this week we're talking about Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. And I wanted to talk about Joe Dispenza's name for God. Joe Dispenza calls God the darkness of infinity. I love that, the darkness of infinity. And he talks about how pure potentiality, that thing that is God, we call it God, but really what it is it's this consciousness, this essence, this pure potentiality that exists, that exists in the nothingness. It exists in the blackness of infinity. He talks about taking away all of the um the stuff of life, of taking away ourselves, the planets, the stars, the galaxy, the nebulas, the universe, everything in the universe. And then we take away the multiverse, and all that is left is blackness. And in that blackness, that is where pure potential lives. That is profound. And so, by running away from the darkness, by being afraid of the dark, as we talked about this past week, this idea of unlearning our fear of darkness, the more that we run away from that darkness, the more that we're running away from our pure potentiality, that essence part of us, that thing that makes us divine, that thing that is back of all things, that is back of creation, that potential that existed before me and as me and beyond me and after me and around me, that thing that is so much more than me, and yet it is me because there's only one thing going on. And so when we can step outside of this idea that the dark is bad, or that we want to get away from the darkness or our shadows, and instead we lean in and we embrace that blackness of infinity, what we are actually doing is embracing our own pure potentiality. And isn't that where we want to be? Isn't that what we talk about when we talk about this idea that we are co-creating our reality, that we are actually capable creators who are working together to shift and change the planet, this place of darkness, this place of fertile soil, this place where nothing else exists. In that moment where there is nothingness, anything can step in, anything becomes possible. The nothingness is what lays the framework and the groundwork for the allness to become, the allness to not only to become, but to fully indwell in itself, to actually manifest and uh, be all that is meant to be. But first, in order to be that, we have to step into the darkness. We have to embrace it like it's an old friend, because it truly is. We have to be able to go deep down inside, to bury ourselves into the soil. And in that moment, when we can do that, that's where the magic happens. That's where all of a sudden anything can happen. And we lie in wait and discovery and excitement and wonder and awe of all that life has to offer. And it starts by just allowing ourselves to be in the blackness of infinity.